Welcome to a mesmerizing yet bizarre world, the world of mold. Yes, you heard right, we all come across molds at some point, in our kitchens, in nature, and sometimes even in our refrigerators. But today we're not banishing these fungal friends. No, today we're getting to know them, understand them, maybe even appreciate them. So buckle up, it's going to be a bumpy, fuzzy ride. First up, we have a mold named after a place where, frankly, I'd rather be right now. Italy. Alton aria Solani, or early blight to its friends, is a common sight on potatoes and tomatoes. But this little fella isn't picky. Give it some bread, a little moisture, and stand back. You'll be looking at a full-blown fungal fiesta in no time. Those fuzzy patches you see, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Because beneath the surface, a network of thread-like mycelia are digging deep, releasing enzymes and devouring your delicious dinner. This mold plays a crucial role in breaking down organic matter, returning nutrients to the soil. Next, we venture into the depths of your refrigerator, a place where forgotten leftovers go to transform into, well, let's just say things get interesting. We're talking about ricotta mold, a catch-all term for the colorful characters that take up residence in that forgotten tub of dairy delight. You might see green, white, even shades of pink and orange, depending on the type of mold that's moved in. It starts innocently enough, a few fuzzy spots here and there. But before you know it, the whole container is a fuzzy, colorful mess. And maybe, just maybe, you'll think twice about letting your leftovers linger quite so long. Now let's talk about a mold that sounds like something out of a fairy tale. But trust me, you don't want to find it in your pantry wolf hair mold. This fuzzy fiend, also known as mucogone, is a common sight on decaying plant matter, but it has a particular fondness for strawberries. Imagine, if you will, a delicate strawberry, plump and red, glistening with the promise of sweetness. Now imagine that same strawberry, covered in a thick white fuzz that resembles, well, you guessed it, wolf hair. Appetizing, right? But here's the kicker. Wolf hair mold isn't just content to sit on the surface, and if you see any signs of fuzzy white growth, steer clear. Those berries are best left for the wolves, or maybe the compost bin. Chapter 4, Cribraria aurantiaca, from slime to sublime. Now, we're diving into the world of slime molds, a group of organisms so bizarre and fascinating, they defy easy categorization. Imagine, if you will, a tiny orange pom-pom, no bigger than a pinhead. Now imagine that pom-pom perched atop a slender stalk, swaying gently in the breeze. But don't let its whimsical appearance fool you. This slime mold is a master of survival. It's a remarkable transformation, and it all happens right under our noses. Chapter 5, Comatricia, the Moldy Hairbrush. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to enter the strange and wonderful world of Comatricia, a slime mold that looks like it belongs in a salon, not in the forest. Imagine, if you will, a miniature hairbrush, complete with delicate bristles, all made out of, you guessed it, mold. Just like Cribraria, it starts its life as a single-celled amoeba. But when food is scarce, these amoebas band together, forming a slug-like creature that can actually move in search of better grazing grounds. Once the slug finds a suitable spot, it undergoes a remarkable transformation. So, the next time you're out in the woods, keep an eye out for Comatricia. Chapter 6, Cialomorpha dominicana, the Cannibalistic Mold. Now, we're delving into the truly bizarre with Cialomorpha dominicana, a microscopic mold that's as fascinating as it is, well, a little bit creepy. You see, unlike the other molds we've met so far, Cialomorpha isn't content with just breaking down dead stuff. No, this mold has a taste for the living. Cialomorpha uses a process called extracellular digestion to break down its food. It's a gruesome but effective way to make a living. Now let's talk about a mold that's near and dear to my heart, and not just because it helps make some of my favorite cheeses, penicillium. This ubiquitous mold is everywhere, from the air we breathe to the soil beneath our feet. And while some species can cause allergies or even produce toxins, others are responsible for some of humanity's greatest culinary and medical breakthroughs. In 1928, Alexander Fleming discovered that a species of Penicillium notatum, produced a substance that could kill bacteria. That substance, of course, was penicillin, the first antibiotic, and it revolutionized the treatment of bacterial infections, saving countless lives. So, the next time you enjoy a wedge of blue cheese or a shot of penicillin, take a moment to appreciate the humble mold that made it all possible. Now, we're venturing into slightly more treacherous territory with Aspergillus, a mold that's as common as it is potentially problematic. You see, Aspergillus is everywhere, from the air we breathe to the food we eat. And while most species are harmless, some can cause a range of health problems, especially in people with weakened immune systems. Imagine, if you will, a microscopic dandelion, its spores drifting through the air, looking for a place to land and grow. Now, before you start wearing a hazmat suit around the compost bin, it's important to remember that most people can breathe in Aspergillus spores without any ill effects. However, for people with weakened immune systems, Aspergillus can pose a serious threat. Get ready to meet Cladosporium, the mold that's as stealthy as it is sneezy. This ubiquitous fungus is everywhere, both indoors and outdoors, and it's one of the most common causes of mold allergies. Cladosporium thrives in warm, humid environments, and it can grow on a variety of surfaces, including wood, paper, and even fabric. It's often found in damp basements, bathrooms, and kitchens, but it can also lurk in seemingly innocuous places, like houseplants and HVAC systems. For most people, exposure to Cladosporium spores is nothing more than a minor annoyance, causing symptoms like sneezing, coughing, and a runny nose. Now we're entering truly hazardous territory with Stachybotrys chartarum, more commonly known as black mold. This infamous fungus strikes fear into the hearts of homeowners everywhere, and for good reason. Stachybotrys can produce mycotoxins, toxic substances that can cause a range of health problems. Imagine, if you will, a microscopic monster lurking in the shadows of your home, its dark, slimy tendrils spreading across damp walls and ceilings. The good news is that Stachybotrys is relatively slow-growing, and it requires prolonged moisture to thrive. So the best way to prevent black mold growth is to address water damage promptly and keep humidity levels in your home under control. Let's meet Fusarium, a mold that's as beautiful as it is destructive. This colorful fungus is a major agricultural pest, causing a range of plant diseases that can devastate crops worldwide. Imagine, if you will, a microscopic artist painting fields with vibrant hues of pink, red, and orange. But don't let its artistic flair fool you. Fusarium is a formidable foe. It produces mycotoxins that can contaminate crops, making them unsafe for both human and animal consumption. Preventing Fusarium infections is a major challenge for farmers worldwide. Get ready to meet Alternaria, the mold that's as ubiquitous as it is allergenic. This airborne fungus is everywhere, both indoors and outdoors, and it's one of the most common triggers of hay fever and asthma. Alternaria thrives in warm, humid environments, and it can grow on a variety of surfaces, including plants, soil, and even food. It's often found in damp basements, bathrooms, and kitchens, but it can also lurk in seemingly innocuous places like houseplants and HVAC systems. For most people, exposure to Alternaria spores is nothing more than a minor annoyance, causing symptoms like sneezing, coughing, and a runny nose. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to meet Mucor, the mold that's as fast-growing as it is. Well, let's just say it's not picky about its food. This opportunistic fungus is everywhere, just waiting for the right conditions to launch its rapid-fire decomposition campaign. Imagine, if you will, a microscopic Pac-Man chomping its way through decaying organic matter at breakneck speed. That's Mucor, and it thrives in warm, humid environments, feasting on a smorgasbord of decaying fruits, vegetables, bread, and even damp drywall. However, when Mucor sets its sights on our food or our homes, it can be a bit of a nuisance. And now, for our final act, we're shining the spotlight on Trichoderma, the mold that's not just beneficial, but downright heroic in its efforts to protect plants and promote sustainable agriculture. Imagine, if you will, a microscopic superhero cloaked in green, waging war against plant pathogens and boosting crop yields. Trichoderma is a genus of fungi that's found in soils all over the world. But unlike some of its more nefarious relatives, Trichoderma is a plant's best friend. It acts as a biocontrol agent, suppressing plant diseases by parasitizing harmful fungi and bacteria. No wonder farmers and gardeners alike are singing the praises of this moldy marvel. Half mesmerizing, half bizarre, this is the mystique world of molds. So next time when you encounter a seemingly weird mold, take a moment to appreciate its captivating form and intricate nature. In the end, molds teach us the art of transformation. From the common bread mold to the microscopic wonders, each type of mold has its unique story to tell. A story of survival, adaptation, and yes, even beauty. So the next time you encounter a patch of mold, don't just reach for the bleach. Take a moment to appreciate the intricate world of fungi.